Hi guys, my name is Amit and welcome back to my channel Biotechnologies. So guys, today we'll discuss about some statistical technique called correlation, covariance, variance and standard deviation. So basically these are very famous statistical techniques used in statistical analysis while we are performing the statistical analysis on the data set, right? So let's start with the correlation. So guys, correlation is basically it's a statistical tool that is used for measuring the relationship between two variables, right? For example, if you have a variable x and if we have a variable y, and generally we say that variable y is the dependent variable and variable x is the independent variable, and this variable y is also called the effect and variable x is also called the cause. It means if you change the value of x, how the variable y affected, right? It's affected in which direction? In which direction means if you change the value of x, the value of y is changed in positive direction or negative direction, or it's not changed, might be it's constant. There's no relationship between this, right? So before going deeply to the correlation, let's come to the covariance. So guys, you might hear the words covariance often because it's always come with the word correlation, right? So covariance is also used for measuring the relationship. Now the question is, then why we require the correlation? If you have the covariance that measure the relationship between two variables, then why we require the correlation? So guys, the basic difference is covariance having their own unit, where correlation is standardized. The value of correlation always lies between -1 to +1, right? If you calculate the correlation, the value won't go beyond +1, right? Now, the second difference is covariance tells us the direction of the relationship, whether it's the positive relationship, whether it's a negative relationship, or it's no relationship. So I'm all frequently using the terms positive relationship, negative relationship, no correlationship. Let's take example. What is, I mean, we will elaborate what this terms is: positive relationship, negative relationship. So guys, suppose we have the data set of a person features, and in features we have a height and we have a weight, right? And height is given in inch, weight is given in kg. 60% height, a person with 60% height means 5 feet. The weight is 51 kg. The person with the 70-inch height, the weight is 68. The person is 78, the weight is 82, right? The person is the with the 45-inch height, the weight is uh, uh, 41 approx, right? And so on. So we have the data set, right? So now we will measure how the height is dependent on weight, right? Weight is dependent variable and height is the independent variable. Right. So if we change the value of x, see, at initial level the value of height is 60 and the value of weight is 51. We change the value of x from 60 to 70, we have a value 68, right? It means the value is increased from 51 to 68. it means there is a positive correlation. If you plot the graph on xy dimension, where x is the height and y dimension denotes the weight, so the points look like this. It means if the height increased, automatically the weight would be increased, and it's often real, right? The person with the more height having more weights. So this is called a positive correlation. Now, what is negative correlation? Negative correlation like this. If you have a x and y dimension and points look like this, right? So value of x increased, automatically the value of y is decreasing, right? So it's going this direction. So we can say, let's discuss the example. So you know that at the crest of the hills or the top of the hills, the temperature is very low. It's around 2 degrees Celsius, 3 degrees Celsius or lesser, right? So suppose you started to climbing on the hill like this. These are the hill, and you were here, right? Here the temperature is 32 degrees Celsius. When you climb up, the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. Here the temperature, it means the distance is growing up and the temperature is going down. It means distance is increasing and temperature is decreasing, right? So this is such kinds of relationship. If we have the data set and the values look like this, it means we have the negative relationship. Here the distance is x and the temperature's value is y. It means y is a dependent variable. How the distance is increased, the temperature would automatically be decreased. So it means there is a negative correlation, directly inverse proportion, right? Now, suppose we have the data set. This is the x dimension, this is the y dimension, and data looks like this. It means if you increase the value of x, there is no changes in the value of y, right? It means there is no relationship. So basically these are the types of the relationship. We have seen the positive relationship, the direction of the points look like this. The negative relationship, direction of the point look like this. The no relationship, it means the direction of the point look like this, right? Now, what is the formula of measuring covariance? So we have a covariance formula. Xy is equal to summation of xi minus xi bar into yi minus yi bar, where this summation is going from I is equal to 1 to n divided by n minus 1, right? So here we can clearly see that it's nothing but average of the points the point differences from the mean value, right? Here xi is the points, xi bar is the mean value, mean. So we subtract the mean, and we subtract the mean of first value and subtract the mean of the y value, multiply it and sum the all value that started from 1 to n and divide it by the n minus 1, right? It means the average of the points differences from the mean. This is called the covariance, right? And why we use this? For measuring the relationship between the variables. It tells us whether the relationship is positive, negative, or no relation. But guys, this will not tell the strength of the relationship, right? It will not measure the strength, how much variables are related to each other. It will not tell you. It will just tell you the direction of the measurement, direction of the relationship. Sorry. Now, before going to the correlation again, we will discuss the variance and the standard deviation, because the scope of the variance and standard deviation is directly proportional to the correlation, right? And it's directly related to the correlation. Now, what is the variance? Covariance in this too. Now, variance. So guys, variance is a statistical technique used for measuring the distribution of the points from the mean, right? So again, you might have come or you might have read the word variance and standard deviation together, right? So let's discuss about the variance and standard deviation and what are the differences between them. So guys, standard deviation is basically the average deviation from the mean. So we wanted to see the points, how the points are distributed from the mean. We use the standard deviation, right? And standard deviation is the under root of variance, right? So variance is sigma square, and under root of sigma square is called sigma, and sigma is variance, right? So let's take an example using a graph. Suppose we have a data set and look like this. This is the mean value and this is the standard deviation 1, 2, 3, right? This is standard deviation 1, 2, 3, right? So if we have the mean value over here and data looks like this, data is distributed like this. So using the standard deviation, we wanted to see how the data are distributed from the mean. If data is distributed till here, it means we can say that if data is look like this, so we can say that 95% of the data beyond this standard deviation 3, right? Again here, 95% data is beyond this standard deviation 3. So we can use this standard deviation for detecting the outliers as well, right? So if we say that 95% of data beyond the standard deviation, so under the standard deviation 3, so and we see some points here that is not close to the points, it means we can say that these points are outliers, right? So this is basically why we use the standard deviation. It has the multiple uses, but this is one of the use. We can use this standard deviation to detect the outliers as well. We can use the standard deviation to detect how the data is distributed from the mean. We can also use in the hypothesis testing, right, for measuring the confidence. So I'm not going to tell about the hypothesis testing. In the other video, I will describe the hypothesis testing, how we measure the confidence, etc. Right. So the formula of variance is variance sigma square is equal to summation of I is equal to 1 to n xi minus xi bar into to the whole square divided by n minus 1. This is the variance, right? So basically we are trying to get the average of differences of the points from the mean. Here the differences, what is the difference between this and covariance? In covariance we are trying to find the differences uh, of the points from the mean together, right? So this is, we are including the x and y both variables. Here we are measuring the variance of individual variables, individual features, right? So suppose the value of this we got 3.2, so we can say that the uh, the value of the variance, I mean, is 3.2, right? Now what is the standard deviation? This is simple. This is the under root of the variance. It means under root of sigma I is equal to 1 to n xi minus xi bar the whole square divided by n minus 1. So this is the standard deviation. Sorry, standard deviation divided by the sigma only. So this is the formula of standard deviation. Why we use? We use for measuring the distribution of the points from the mean. That's it. Now we come to the concept correlation once again. Now we have familiar with covariance, variance and standard deviation. So as I have told you, the value of correlation lies between -1 to +1. Now how we measure the degree of association? Right, it means how two variables are associated to each other. What is the degree of association? So this is measured by correlation coefficient. It's denoted by R. Denoted by R. And it's also called the Karl-Pearson correlation. So guys, don't be confused about the correlation and Pearson correlation. Karl-Pearson correlation. These are the same things. Don't be confused. Right? And the formula of getting R is equal to covariance of x comma y divided by sigma x into sigma y. So, and this value is always between -1 to +1, right? So if we say that after converting it, we got the calculated value as 0.75. It means it's 75% positive correlation between x and y value. So now I hope you are very clear from this correlation, covariance, variance and standard deviation. Again, if you have a value -2.75, it means 27% negative correlation between variable x and variable y, right? So I hope guys you like this video. and I will recommend you to see my next video where I will upload the concept of linear regression, and basically the purpose of creating this video lecture is, before going ahead with the linear regression, I wanted to get in touch with correlation, covariance, variance and standard deviation. And so in next video we'll start with the linear regression and how linear regression is related with this correlation and covariance, variance, standard deviation related with these terms. And so I will start with the assumption of the regression. Assumption is, what are some assumptions where we should use the linear regressions, right? So we'll discuss in the next video. So I will request you to please subscribe my channel and like the video as well. Thank you so much.